G'day again. So this time we're doing the 2016 Mathematics General 2 HSC. Let's get into it. Question 1. What is 208.345 correct to two significant figures? Should be a very straightforward question. You only want two significant figures. In other words, you only want two numbers right at the start that aren't zero, unless one happens to be zero. So you've got these numbers here, and we only want two numbers. So you don't want two decimal places, you want two numbers here. So if we stopped and we just wrote, well, we want 208 and we only want this, you've got to think, what is this closer to? Is it closer to 200 with those two significant figures? Or is it closer to 210 with those two? And clearly, just thinking about it, it's obviously closer to that. So B's your answer, and you're done. G'day again, back for question 2. So, which of the following equations has x equals 5 as the solution? If you look through these, it's pretty easy. So this is really a warm-up question. So if you just put 5 there, 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 and there, it's pretty easy. 5 take away 5, nothing. Nope. Next one. 5 take away 5, nothing. Nope. So they both don't equal 10. Next one. 5 divided by 2, well 5 divided by 2 is not 10, it's 2.5. Next one, well it's got to be this one, isn't it? 2 times 5, well 2 times 5 is 10, pretty easy, and you're done. G'day again, back for question 3, and pretty much another warm-up question. The graph shows a scatter plot, and there it is, a bunch of dots. Which of the following is the best approximation for the correlation coefficient? So if you look at our correlation coefficients, you're really looking at how close is something to a line. So that would be 1, that would be -1, and anything different to that is just something a little bit closer to 0. So if you get something like that, it might be 0.8, and if you get it in the reverse pattern, or something like that, it might be minus 0.8 or 0.7. You're never going to get a question where they say, here's this, and is it, or if you get a question like this, you're never going to get a question like that which says, this is your option A, and option B is minus 0.7, and you go, gee, I can't really tell the difference. They're not going to make it that hard for you. It's too difficult to force a student to do that. There'll be a fairly significant gap, like there is here. 1 and -1, well, no chance. They've got to be both lines. All you're doing is figuring out, is it a negative or is it a positive? So it tends to look like it's going downwards, so it's negative 0.3, and you're done. G'day again, back for question 4. A company manufactures phones. The income and cost equations are shown below, and they give you this neat little graph. Which region of the graph is the profit zone? So where are you making money? So if you look at this sort of graph, this point starting here is your cost. So you start off spending money. This is the income, this is where you're making money. So if you're having to spend this money and you make this money, this is your profit. So you're eventually making profit here where your income is greater than your cost. It should be a fairly obvious question for you, and you should have done this a number of times in class. So we're looking for X, so the answer is B, and you're done. G'day again, back for question 5, and your first taste of algebra in the exam. Which expression is equivalent to 2 multiplied by 3x minus 4 plus 2? Notice that's in brackets. Okay, let's have a go at it. So I would just write it out and do step by step. I wouldn't pay too much attention to here. You know it's going to be 6x because of the answer, but try not to concentrate on this when you're looking at the paper. Just do your algebra. Just stick to what you know about algebra. So 2 multiplied by 3x is 6x. Well, you know that's going to be true because all the answers are 6x. It's the next part where they're trying to see whether you've actually learned your algebra properly. So 2 multiplied by minus 4 is minus 8. And then we've got a plus 2 on the end. So then it should be easy. You can join these together. You can't touch that. So we've got 6x minus 6. And so your answer is C, and you're done. G'day again, back for question 6. Ben has 6 shirts, 4 ties, 2 jackets. How many different outfits of a shirt, a tie and a jacket can he choose? It's one of the initial questions. It's basic, should be very straightforward for you. You just want one of those, one of those, one of those. You've got 6 choices, times 4 times 2. So you're just going to go 6 times 4 times 2. You don't really need your calculator. You can use it if you get stuck, but 6 4s are 24 times 2, 48. And you're done. G'day again, back for question 7. Which set of data is classified as categorical and nominal? So categorical, it's some sort of category, and nominal, you can't put it in order. The opposite of nominal is ordinal. So you can't put it in order if it's nominal. So if you just look at all of those, where you've got small, medium, large, so you can put those in order. So definitely not those. These are different categories, and you can't put them in order. So this is actually our best answer, and it is the answer. Let's go through the others just so you know. So 5.2, 6, 7.21, you can actually put them in order. So they're ascending order. 4 people, 5 people, 9 people, you can put them in order. And the other thing is, it's the same category. They're all people. They're not different sorts of people. So here's your answer. And you're done. G'day again, back for question 8. The table shows the future value of an investment property of $1,000 compounding yearly. And it gives you this detailed table. What is the future value of an investment of $2,500 for over 3 years at 4% per annum? Key things to note, it's 4% per annum, so you don't have to do any division to change it. It's compounding yearly, and I've underlined that so that you know you don't have to change this percentage. All you do, look down the table. So we've got 3 years, so there's 3 years. 4%, so there's 4%, and we want to go down and across and get that number there. So that will be your first piece of working. Grab 1124.86 and then think about what you're going to do with that. Read the rest of the question, maybe read it again. What is the future value of $2,500? So your first thought is probably, oh, I've got the number, I'm just going to multiply it by 2,500 and there's my answer. And you'd be wrong, because this table is for an investment of $1,000. So how many lots of 1,000 have we got there? Well, we've got 2.5 lots. So you only need to multiply this by 2.5 to get your answer. So it's just got to pay attention to the question. You multiply that together and you get $2,812.15. I didn't just do that in my head, I've done it before. So that answer is B, and you're done.